Hello and welcome back to Fir Park. I haven't done an update for quite some time, a couple of months I think, so I thought I would just come back with a video and tell you what I'm sort of thinking, what I'm doing. And as you can see in front of you there, I've picked up the Pico Modelling Swiss Railways Swiss Special Guide book in association with Continental Modeler. And the reason I bought that is because I was thinking, reminiscing the other day, going back to 1994 when I went to Switzerland on the train with my mum and dad, and we went from Ostend in Belgium through Luxembourg, France, and into Switzerland to Basel on the overnight sleeper train, which I believe at the time would have been a Trans-Euro night sleeper. And from Basel we then went another sort of just under 2 hours on the BLS network, or the Lurchberg Bahn, to Interlaken. That was my first trip abroad and my first exposure to European railways, especially Basel station, seeing the variety of German, Italian, French, Swiss, and even Austrian coaching stock and other locos in the station. Interlaken was where I had my first taste of some of the early electric locos, along with other stations like Thun and Spitz, which are on the BLS network. So I've come up with another layout idea for a future project based on that, and I've got a plan there, so I'm going to show you that and just a few items of rolling stock and coaches I've picked up. Okay, so the classic drawing on a bit of A4 paper. You can see we have a baseboard going all of the way around with an operating well sort of in the middle. Now this is my take on a representation of Basel station and the double track circuit going all the way around with a hidden section around here with a depiction of Interlaken West station. Now the Basel side of it will double up as a fiddle yard. As you can see, we've got all of these storage lines, simple, straightforward, no elaborate sort of track work, because it's doubling up as a fiddle yard. So when all the trains are in the station, it will look natural, but it's also, you know, doubling up as a fiddle yard. So we've got a separate oval of track going around on the inside, which runs independent, which will be the Interlaken West line. There's a connection on the right hand side to it, and that will be the BLS Interlaken West with a reduced sort of track layout here, still with a passing sort of loop with a couple of sidings. And because I'm modelling the early 90s, the bay platform through line is still there, which has since been taken out. Obviously I shall be using Hornby station canopies to represent the ones at Basel, and I'll stop pointing because it's the camera's going out of focus. That's better. Right, so yeah, so Hornby station canopies, half station format with the platforms emerging out from underneath. Road bridge on the right hand side, bit of scenery, and overall I think that's going to be quite a good layout. It's pretty basic, but it's action packed, and it's just an idea, an inspiration, because sometimes nostalgia doesn't always make you realise that you didn't realise that you should be into it. So obviously, you know, that was a great holiday, that, and you know, I've never modelled anything to do with it. In terms of the Swiss network, I've always shown an interest in German railways and sort of Austrian railways from later trips, but never Swiss. And I thought, well, it's strange, I should be into this. So that's what I'm planning. So it'll be HO gauge, obviously, and I'll just show you a few items of rolling stock. Okay, so I've just got a selection of coaches. The back left Roco in the blue and orange boxes, Those are blue and white Lurchberg line coaches. They're the more modern types. They're not Eurofema coaches, but they are another sort of more modern coach which the BLS and SBB did use, and we went on those. I remember seeing them. On the right, the two Pico Expert ones are the earlier coaches in Lurchberg colours. Again, both of those types of coaches can either run in the uniform rakes or they can be mixed together. And the lower Roco coaches are the classic green SBB Loco Hall coaches, which again can either run as an outright rake or they can be mixed up with the other two sets of coaches. These are all 1/87 scale length, and it's just a selection of some of the coaches I remember seeing. So I've just got a couple of each one out just to show you. And I've also managed to source 3 pre-owned Rivarossi BLS RE44 locos. I think these locos date from about 2011. They are in that sort of chestnut brown colour. These are the locos I remember seeing when we went to Interlaken West and Ost and elsewhere on the BLS network. So we've got a twin pack there, and we've got one on its own. Let me just get the code references. Okay, that's the single loco. These are still available singly on Rivarossi UK's website, part of Hornby, different code references. But there is the twin pack, so we've got one loco named Bern, one named Darlingen, and also I managed to find a Roxy models, which is quite an early model, of a BLS AE68. Now these locos date from, I think they're about the late 30s or something. Now when we went in 1994, it was their penultimate year of service. They were withdrawn in 1995. There were still a couple of examples, I think, operating, and I remember seeing one at Interlaken running light engine through. By then they were just doing short trip freight workings from sort of Toon, Spitz, Interlaken area, and one passed through and it stopped, and I remember walking up to it having a look, and it was an absolute behemoth of a loco in the station on the lower platform looking up at it, and it was, you know, up close and personal with an early European electric loco. These locos I think date from, in model form, from about 1990. They have sprung buffers and they're quite smooth runners. I'm really impressed with it. When I got it pre-owned, I know Roco do them and Rivarossi do them, but this one I got for a really good price. And there is one preserved, I think number 208, which operates as a heritage loco. And of course no Swiss sort of layout can be confirmed as authentic if you don't have a couple of the RE44 and RE66 classic SBB electric locos, of which I've got a twin pack here, again, which I got for a very good price. I'll just get the code reference and then I'll open it up. There's the code reference. So it's a twin pack. They refer to it as the RE1010 because it's based on the Gotthard line ones, where the two locos, the RE44 and the RE66, operate together, coupled together on heavy freight traffic, etc. There is a green version with two green locos based on the 1982, I think it was 100 years of the Gotthard barn. There's another set you can get, but these two are in red, so I'll just get them out and then we'll have a look. And there they are. Look at those beauties, both of them in the classic red, and they come with detailing packs, alternative couplings, and you've got the RE66, which is the lower loco with the central bogie there, and then the classic RE44. They're still in use today, and they're absolute workhorses, these. So I'm really pleased with those. Yeah, it's a great little set. Managed to get it quite reasonable after selling a few bits. And I've also got a Roco one, second-hand one, earlier model, again pristine condition in green. That's an RE66. And for a really good price as well, I managed to get a Lilliput twin pack, one powered loco, one dummy loco, of the classic AE47 early electric locos. Now these were still in operation, 1920s they were built, still in operation in 1996 when they were withdrawn. I remember seeing them at Basel in 1994. Classic locos these. So it comes in a wooden box, and there's the locos in there. Obviously it's got a certificate underneath and various bits, but they were made in 1997, so they're quite old, but this set is in mint condition, so I'm not bothered about that. Got it for a really good price, so I'm pleased with it, and they're nostalgic as well. And also I've got a couple of these UIC type Couchette coaches. Now they date from the 1960s, I think. They were still in use in the early 90s. They were configured for either daytime or nighttime operation, and the nighttime ones would have been Couchette type coaches on the sleeper trains. They operated all over the place, internationally as well. So I've just got a couple of those to add on to a sleeper train as well that I'm putting together. There's a code for that coach. It's an LS Models exclusive coach there. And just to finish off that, I've got an N-Gauge project on the go as well, which I will detail in another video, but that is it for this update. I just thought I'd give you a quick insight into the sort of world of Swiss railways, a bit of nostalgia, a little bit of a insight into locos, rolling stock, and a few ideas. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all my new subscribers, and hopefully what I'm doing is of interest. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.